Humans found in outer space, alive or as long deceased fossils, is a rather morbid thought. We have long fantasized about the existence of alien life in outer space, but how prepared are we to find us on another planet? Welcome to the Dinner Table Debate, and tonight we are here to spill the tea on humans across the galaxy. According to Dr. Arik Kirschenbaum, a lecturer and director of studies in the natural sciences at Girton College, other than dotting a few I's and crossing a few T's, we have successfully established the authenticity of evolutionary biology. So when we look into alien physiology as a brand new subject, we approach through our learned understanding of molecular progression of organic beings as professed by Charles Darwin. Evolutionary biology being an explanatory mechanism should be our first step towards the application of the biochemical knowledge on beings from outer space too. At the very least, that's a promising start. But tonight's debate is about what happens if we find human remains in a faraway galaxy or promising specimens of civilizations that are eerily similar to ours. What are the telltale signs to determine if the extraterrestrial beings were humanoid, a subspecies of the human race? Well, we look for physiological features to find similarities in 3 different categories. For starters, the distant aliens will stand on at least 2 legs for balance, 1 pair of arms and a pair of eyes for visual acuity such as peripheral vision and 3-dimensional perception of any given object. This has been the primary identification for the 1,000-years-old civilizations we have found through archaeological projects and research. Then comes the inner structure, namely the skeleton. A significantly consistent feature of human fossils throughout thousands of years of civilization was our bone density. Bone is one of the strongest materials found in nature. Ounce for ounce, bone is stronger than steel, since a bar of steel of comparable size would weigh 4 or 5 times as much. So, a similar bone density of an alien specimen can be a conclusive piece of the puzzle as to the existence of humans on an unfamiliar planet. And finally, the all-defining component of life as we know it, the DNA, a protein structure, the prime element of organic life on Earth. The scientists have concluded that protein, regardless of its place of discovery, holds the nature of protein, thereby making it the final and definitive checkpoint of authentication. So, the examinations of the DNA will give us the final green light to conclude if the alien species are the descendants of the same evolutionary path as us, or in another word, a distant cousin of our evolutionary family. Now what does that mean? Did we evolve from them and came to Earth millions of years ago, or they evolved from us and ventured out in space? Either way, it makes for a very interesting dinner table conversation, causing a storm in a teacup and stirring our fundamental understanding of our very own history of origin. We cannot, however, discard the probability of this improbable notion given the fact we still find it increasingly difficult to explain a better portion of our historical discoveries. You have guessed what we are talking about. To this day and age, we have failed to figure out how the architectural feats of a lot of ancient megastructures were accomplished back in the days of, presumably primitive technology. To this day, the possibility of a far more advanced civilization building the Egyptian pyramids hasn't been ruled out, and neither the construction and movement of Stonehenge in Salisbury nearly 5,000 years ago. Based on the limited information we have on the ancient civilizations we found in the Amazon rainforest, according to Graham Hancock from his book Fingerprints of the Gods, it is speculated that an advanced Ice Age civilization was destroyed in a cataclysm dating back to a minimum of 130,000 years, but that its survivors passed on their knowledge to hunter-gatherers, giving rise to the earliest known civilizations of ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia, and Mesoamerica. This speculation obviously calls for more in-depth archaeological research, but if proven to be true, can speak volumes that there had been an advanced civilization on Earth, and they had the scientific knowledge and capacity to pursue mega-scale technological ventures and therefore put humanity on distant planets, either within our solar system or outside of it. It all sounds very far-fetched, but you have to consider the possibility that we are not very welcoming towards bold new ideas and have always pushed back on the seemingly impossible ones. Only in 1543, Nicolaus Copernicus detailed his radical theory of the universe in which the Earth, along with the other planets, rotated around the Sun. He was imprisoned and later put on house arrest for this bold idea. His theory took more than a century to become widely accepted as a scientific fact. So, who knows? Maybe we did venture out in space thousands of years ago. Maybe we will meet our long-lost brothers of ancient civilization again in the far future. Let us know where we can learn more and broaden our search for ET. We can talk more in our next dinner table debate. Till then, live the dream.